Live again. That's Curry off the feet of Gibbs. Nicely picked up by Alexander with all the time in the world. Floating pass out for Green. Well, he's had all sorts of problems today with his handling, David Green. I would have thought that run may have been knocked back. I thought he could have been given the benefit of the doubt. So the scrum will pack down just inside Gold Coast end of the ground. Searle takes his place in the middle of the scrum. I tell you what, he's a big boy for a hooker too, David.
Yes, wouldn't like him hanging off my shoulders. Another penalty from the scrum, or at least a blow of the whistle. He's going to have a bit of a lecture here first. It's at the little hooker.
Jamie Thompson.
Trying to feel his little tricks, Thompson. It's gone to his head. He's got one ball against the feet, and therefore putting the feet up, a fairly distinct motioning there by McCallum to show feet up. Let's have a look at it in the penalties. The last 3 penalties have gone to the Giants.
So Searle with the tap restart will find Bagnall. In turn for G, hitting it up is Nella.
Oh, did well to hold it.
He was under a lot of pressure too from Goodwood. Searle, just 9 minutes of play remaining. Bagnall, Gibbs. Took 2 or 3 to bring Gibbs down to the ground. A characteristic kicking of the legs in the tackle from Gibbs. Bagnall, that's G. Back for Bagnall. Searching run, Searle. Floating pass from McCarthy, got it away beautifully. Meany got the ball, it's been towed through. Gonzalez put the ball finally into touch.
Once again, it was McCarthy out wide. He got the ball away to put the Giants on the attack. He's done well when he's got involved in the attack as McCarthy. There it is, out to Meany, tries to fire the ball back up. It has been kicked through by Gonzalez. The ball was still alive at that stage, but just at the last moment goes into touch. See who he gives loose head and feet to. It's gone to the Giants, so it's come off Penrith. An opportunity now for the Giants to get their second try.
Jeff Bagnall. Here's the scrum feed. And there's been another replacement there. Barry Walker is on in number 32 for Bagnall. Now G. Hunt. Well, good strength by Hunt, but taken nicely by Robards in the tackle. So the Giants searching out wide with Ross. Tried to get on the outside of his man. Back for Simpkins. Affectionately known as the truck, Robert Simpkins. So Meany to his feet, Searle. McCarthy. Searle again. Walker. G. Walker. 10 metres short of the try line. Final tackle for the Giants. 8 minutes remaining on the clock. Ross ran square, and he'll turn over possession.
Well, that's just dying with the ball. Unimaginative play that by Ross. There was a few options, but one wasn't to run from the dummy half and get tackled.
So Joey Vitanza wrapping up his old Penrith teammate Rob Robards in that tackle. And again, we see young Smith making good inroads into this Gold Coast defence. Taking it up as Ackery. Thompson. Penrith keep it alive. That's Curry. 8 metres short of the halfway line. So it's been all Penrith in this match. They've raced in 6 tries to 1. They lead by 41 points to 6. There's Cartwright. Big strong run by the second row forward, looking for the support of Alexander. Alexander got the pass away again, and that's Smith. And a loss of possession. The knock-on rule by referee Greg McCallum. And the scrum will pack down just 10 metres short of the Gold Coast line.
Here it is again. Smith back on the inside. He certainly caused some trouble today for the Giants defence. Let's see how he knocks this one on. The ball certainly went clear. Referee adjudicated it gone forward. Alexander was quickly onto it to ensure the knock-on.
Well, the scrum feed to be worked by the Gold Coast Giants. They come up with possession of the ball, and the penalty would go to the Gold Coast Giants. So obviously one of the disappointed players, particularly after the performance last week by the Giants, would be the young man just replaced Terry Kennedy, Jeff Bagnall, who's with you on the touchline.
Well, Jeff, with 12 men for 75 minutes, always fighting an uphill battle.
Yeah, today we were. As soon as he got sent off, I think our heads went down a bit. We played well with 12 men before, but today they're just playing too well.
Obviously a big disappointment after beating the Broncos last weekend.
Yeah, I thought we'd come out today, we'd give them a real good show. I thought we'd win it for sure. But last week we had probably our best game, but I thought our preparation was good this week. But after Chris Close got sent off, I don't think we were much of a chance.
knocks morale around a fair bit of play being sent off so early in the game.
Yeah, well, I suppose we've got a bit of excuse for getting beaten by that much, but next week's a different story. Hopefully there'll be 13 aside. Looks like they just scored again.
You are quite right, and the try scorer is Greg Clements, the lock forward. It's Penrith's 7th try of the afternoon's proceedings, and it takes it now to 45 points to 6 with the kick to come.
Well, it was an intercept from Clements off a Neil Hunt pass. He showed his disgust after throwing it, but it was too late there. And there it is, Clements getting in between McCarthy and Hunt. Neil Hunt throws his hands down in disgust, but Clements, who was a replacement for Colin van der Voort at the start of the game, has also acquitted himself very well to lock forward position. And the Giants here trying to do a little bit extra inside their own quarter to maybe make the scoreline a little bit better. Not to be. And there is Neil Hunt in the foreground showing his disgust as he looks back to see Clements put it down under the sticks. From head on, we'll see it this way. Clements right in the road. Had the ball achieved its mark. McCarthy might have been in a gap. Not to be. Clements goes across for the easiest of tries.
And Greg Alexander has converted the try, his 5th from 6 attempts. He's also kicked a field goal and scored 2 tries. So a 19-point haul to the very talented little Penrith halfback to give his side a 45 points to 6 lead. So I suppose, David, with just under 5 minutes of play remaining, that the Gold Coast side, 47 points to 6 the scoreline. Their biggest defeat so far at 88 was 50 points to 6. And that was at the hands of Canberra, and I suppose with that 4 or 5 minutes remaining, that record could go today.
Well, it could. I guess they've got plenty of different excuses today, as Jeff Bagnall said, with the man down after 5 minutes. Was always going to be very difficult for them, and Penrith are just the side to be able to run right. And this guy has called plenty of the shots. Not on this occasion.
Probably one of his only mistakes of the day, Greg Alexander. He's had an absolutely outstanding game. They've missed 44 tackles so far in this match. The Gold Coast side, you just can't afford to do that against any opposition in the Whitfield Cup.
Once you're a man down there, you're always only just getting to tackles instead of being in control, and therefore it's very easy for the attack to slip through and go on further attack and gain territory.
So Walker with the scrum feed. It's a Gold Coast ball, and they're inside the attacking half.
Okay, let's see what they can do from here. Back it goes to G. G with a kick underneath it now. Going back over there is Robards. It's got a bounce. No, he takes it on the first bounce, takes it nicely, very quickly. Getting over there to take care of him will be Mark Ross. About to play it down. Away from dummy half this time. Going up there is Clements, or rather replacement player there in... Lost here. Oh, yes,
Craig
in
Connor
it was, yeah. We've had players coming on left, right and centre here in the second half. So it's Thompson away from dummy half. There's Alexander. They've lost it here. Straight into the hands of Alexander as it have bounced out of the hands of Clements. And so we'll see a scrum midway between the quarter and halfway down in Penrith territory.
Here it is again, just trying to do a few things now. Penrith under pressure there. Ball and knocked forward, and the Giants have won the scrum. McCarthy down the blind side.
Yeah, McCarthy tackled by Robards underneath, and coming in over the top was David Green. This is G. Tackled by Alexander. Dummy half waiting there is Searle. That's Gibbs taking it outside of Walker. Searle again.
One pleasing aspect, David, I'm sure that Ron Woolley has been impressed with the way the side has finally come back in their defensive effort today.
Yeah, good defence. They've moved up very well. They've nullified anything the Giants might have thrown at them as the Giants try and attack down this blind side. There we are once again. We see the ball going to the wrong player, with very hard to distinguish between jumpers. But I think Willie also breathed a sigh of relief that he's come away with 2 premiership points. Probably the easy way with that player having been sent off. But they had lost 3 in a row. They'd been stagnant on 12 points. They can now join the top group of teams on 14, albeit only for a week because of the split round. There's only been 3 games played this weekend. So he'll certainly be satisfied with that. They had conceded, 78 points in the last 3 games. So their defence has really come together today. And the Giants, to a certain extent, have played into their hands.
Referee McCallum calling a halt to play to pack down a scrum. Very scrappy stuff there in the final closing stages of this match. So down we go. It'll be Walker to feed. Neil Hunt over there. Hunt's up over halfway, around the corner. Hunt again, looking inside for some support. Troy McCarthy was there. So from the play the ball now, back to G, turns it back inside. This is Simpkins. Simpkins upended by Alexander. Ball rolling loose, going to be picked up by G. G up on the quarter. Meany's inside. Meany going for the line. Still going for the line. He's only got to get it down, and he's there. And he has done that. That will be a try. And it makes it 47 points to 10.
Well, they're hitting back at least, the Giants. That's his 6th try now for the season, Scott Meany. Well done this by young Mark G. The loose ball, and he swooped on it. Didn't play negative football. Went straight at it. Let's have a look at it. Initially, the ball was it was Simpkins back on the inside. He goes a long way up the middle of the Penrith Ruck. They've lost a bit of interest. Up in the air he goes, fires the ball back onto the ground. And watch Mark G here come through and swoop on it. Not prepared to die with the ball there. Meany quickly in a position to back him up. Fires the ball back on the inside. He was caught about 9 metres out, but still with enough determination in Scott Meany to get across the try line. Smith there does everything possible to hold him up over the line. He hasn't got it down yet. Watch him roll over now. No movement had been stopped, so that's still okay. A fair try from ground level. There's Simpkins being upended by Alexander. The ball back on the ground. Quickly through was G. He looks back on the inside. Meany is there. And then at the last minute, breaks out of that tackle. Smith can't stop him from finally rolling over and grounding it for their only their 2nd try, and they've scored only 2 tries in the match, only late in the game.
Troy McCarthy attempting to convert the try. It's on its way, and it is there, so that makes it 47 points to 12 now. 47 to 12. And a reminder, coming up tonight at 10:30, we have the match between North Sydney and Illawarra. There's full time, and at Penrith Park, the home side too good for the Gold Coast Giants. They have defeated them today by 47 points to 12.
He was the king of rock and roll. She was the 14-year-old who became his queen.
I can't eat, I can't sleep, I can't think straight anymore.
Now the true story. Priscilla Presley's Elvis and Me, tonight 8:30 on TVO.
It's May clear-out time at Just Jeans. Pure wool jumpers for just $29.99. Women's button front and marble wash jeans just $44.99. And more jumpers. Men's easy fits and prints and stripes at just $39.99. Marble skirts and Wrangler Stonewash, both $39.99. And more jumpers. Girls and boys Okie Easy Fits at just $29.99. And don't forget the pure wool jumpers at $29.99. These are more bargains for just you and me at the Just Jeans May Clear Out.
Nothing could be finer when I'm driving in the midnight.
Me truck's stuffed. Hey, Max, that's not a truck. This is a truck. For that sort of price, you get a real truck engine, a real truck suspension, and a real truck payload. Yeah, then I can get the body I always wanted. And when you drive a diner, you sing.
Nothing could be finer 'cause I'm driving in the diner. Oh, what a feeling. Diner, Toyota.
Cleopatra. A soap, sumptuous as a queen, sensual as a perfume. Cleopatra. A soap that anoints your skin. Cleopatra. The secret of beauty.
Disprim works. Use only as directed. Of course, if you still feel pain, do see a doctor.
Alfred Hitchcock presents a thrilling new series, soon on TVO.
Welcome back to Penrith Park and a very happy Penrith dressing room after 3 losses on the trot. Penrith have come up with the goods, thrashing the Gold Coast Giants. With me, a happy coach, Ron Willey. Could you have asked for anything more, Ron?
I think we might have picked up a couple more tries in the second half. We got a bit lazy. In fact, I'm not too happy that the Gold Coast scored the final try of the match. I would have liked, I think that's right, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
I don't think they turned it up at all, the Gold Coast, and I don't think their win last week will be their last of the season. I think they, even with 12 men today, they stuck at it pretty strongly. And, you know, I think I can see a good future for them.
Anybody you'd like to single out who had a big game?
I thought young Smith in his first-grade game, as far as I'm concerned, with the club. He's only 18, he is a local junior. I thought he showed plenty of speed, which we've been lacking a bit of, which I'm trying to build up in the club. I thought he played quite well, and I thought young Curry scored 2 tries. We've got to work a little bit on his defence, but his attack was good.
Ron, I saw you having a 4X. Does that mean you're back in Queensland on Tuesday night?
Well, you did see me having a 4X. I'm not back in Queensland. I think that's going to be a very close match. And I'll go for New South Wales on the home ground influence.
Ron, thanks very much for your time. Now it's back to Billy Joe Smith and David Fordham to check the statistics of the match.
Thanks very much, Terry. And the statistics in cold hard facts: 7 tries to 2. Penrith over the Gold Coast side. They led by 24 points to 2, running out ultimate winners by 47 points to 12.
Looking at the penalties and scrums, nothing in it at all. Missed tackles, though. Have a look at that. 47 missed tackles from the Gold Coast. Unacceptable in anybody's business. And in the drop ball department, 13 apiece. So nothing much there, but certainly the missed tackles are the problem for the Gold Coast.
OK, let's now look at the try scorers for the Penrith side. They scored 7 tries in all. 2 to Greg Alexander, 2 to Curry, Bradley, Smith and Clements added the extras. The goals by Baker before he went off kicked 4 from 4. Greg Alexander kicked 5 from 6 and also landed a field goal for a personal tally of 19 points. For the Gold Coast side, well, both their tries came in the second half by Ben Gonzalez and Scott Meaney. 2 tries in all, and the goal-kicking department, MacArthur kicked 2 goals from 4 attempts, leaving the full-time scoreline in favour of Penrith by 47 points to 12.
In the defensive department, the Gold Coast, even though they missed 47 tackles, had to make a total of 178 as against 133 by Penrith. But have a look at this fella here, Keith Neller, 41 tackles. The nearest to him was 23, Billy Johnson, and he only missed 2 tackles in the whole game, Keith Neller. So he picks up our George Simon Suit Incentive Award for the Giants Player of the Match, and Keith Neller will look very well dressed along with last week's Chris Close. For the Panthers, Goodwin, Thompson and Cartwright did their job in defence.
I wonder whether Chris Close will wear the George Simon suits at the
All right, let's have a look at Rugby League coming up on TVO as Super League 88 continues. Tonight at 10:30, of course, it's a match between Illawarra and North Sydney. Coming up on Wednesday night, it's the semi-final of the Panasonic Cup, the match between St George and Eastern Suburbs. That comes to you from Parramatta Stadium. And then, of course, next Sunday, we have the match at Lang Park between the Brisbane Broncos and Canberra. So there's a host of good things coming up for you on TVO, and included in that, of course, is Mike Gibson joining us tomorrow morning for Good Morning Australia. So he'll be following his favourite team of North Sydney, I guess. All right, that's about it from the Penrith Park for today. We'll be back with you this coming Wednesday night with Rugby League. Until then, a very good evening.
Stay with TVO now for part 1 of Elvis and Me. And television series come and go, but very few continue to attract the millions of viewers around the world like LA Law. And the long-awaited new series of LA Law premieres on TVO, 8:30 Tuesday night. Don't miss it.
Get your official Eyewitness News Expo bag now.
In every bag, you'll get this fabulous news project chart, including a giant poster of the Eyewitness News helicopter.
A great television book with colour photographs of all the stars.
Behind-the-scenes information about television.
And a set of our Expo souvenir postcards.
You'll also get your photo taken and become an official Eyewitness News junior reporter with your own Fuji photo ID card, including your name, membership number and ID wallet.
There's a television activity pack with samples of film, videotape and chroma key.
An Olympic Games viewing guide and bumper sticker.
Discount coupons to World Expo Park and Dreamworld and many other attractions.
You'll also get a special Super Kmart Expo card, which gives you the chance to win prizes every day during Expo, as well as an entry form for the AV Jennings $120,000 house and land package.
You can buy your official Eyewitness News bag now at the TVO Pavilion,
all Expo Oz souvenir shops on site,
the Queensland Pavilion
and at all Super Kmart stores for just $7.